Where does he go from here? What does he do? I'm not even arsed, man. I can't be arsed with this bullshit anymore, this clown world. It's a joke shop. It's just a big fucking... It's just an absolute outrageous thing.
He's going to have to make an apology to everybody, and he'll have to do that. I'm sure the board will call him for bringing the sport into disrepute. And the board did say today there is no investigation. There's nothing to investigate.
You think about all the silly things and all the silly beefs and all the silly foolishness that you make into a big thing in life. We as humans.
Police arrests Moses Itauma after he pulls out before the fight. The arrest shocked the boxing community, coming immediately after Moses withdrew from his scheduled fight against Jermaine Franklin. Franklin raised allegations against Moses, despite there being no confirmed injury. What was meant as a precautionary, professional decision has now escalated into a police investigation, putting Moses under intense public and legal scrutiny. Simon Jordan highlights the implications of the police raids following Moses Itauma's pullout, prompting questions about what authorities might have found and the environment surrounding the situation. While Franklin's allegations triggered the investigation, the commentary suggests caution in jumping to conclusions. Moses' professional decision to withdraw is now under scrutiny, showing how quickly legal and public perception can escalate in boxing.
And police raids. Now that then leads you to conclusion what might have been in that house, what the environment they might have been in.
Nelson reflects on the overblown reaction to Moses Itauma's arrest, pointing out how minor disputes and accusations can be magnified into major controversies. While Franklin's allegations triggered the investigation, Nelson reminds viewers that the situation is layered and complex, and that Moses' professional decision to pull out of the fight should not be overshadowed by sensationalism or public drama.
Imagine seeing that. Can you imagine being involved in that area? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine those being your friends? You can't even imagine, the trauma, the mental trauma how that would affect anybody. Even people passing.
Steve Coldwell emphasizes the uncertainty surrounding Moses Itauma's pullout and the resulting arrest. Without full information, judgments remain speculative. He underscores the fighter's perspective. Moses cannot publicly display frustration while navigating legal and public scrutiny. This highlights the tension between professional decisions, media narratives, and external pressures in boxing, defending Moses' actions amid allegations from Franklin.
What's what? Because we've not got the information, so we don't know. So you can only make a judgment on what you know, what you've seen. So it's very, very hard. So on the fighter's point of view, the fighter can't have the face on and be all pissed off.
Frank Warren explains the chaos caused by Moses Itauma's pullout and subsequent arrest, emphasizing how pivotal his fight with Franklin was for the entire card. Losing a headline bout disrupts promotions, broadcast plans, and fans' expectations. The commentary frames Moses' withdrawal as a major logistical challenge, while also highlighting that these situations are often beyond a fighter's control.
Could have done, but the bottom line of all of it was, it's a mess, because when you're looking at that type of show, which is all based upon 7 title fights taking place, headed up by a great fight with Moses and Franklin, losing that, it was...
Simon Jordan stresses the disappointment surrounding Moses' arrest and fight pullout, while acknowledging the physical and mental demands of preparation. Moses' youth and potential mean there's still a long career ahead, and protecting himself now is the right choice. This commentary defends Moses, reminding viewers that setbacks, even legal or public controversies, don't define a fighter's future.
Exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing, because obviously we want to see Moses move on. Time waits for no man. He's young, but there's a world in...
Liam Goff confirms that Moses Itauma did sustain an injury, even if the exact details remain unclear. This supports Moses' decision to pull out of the fight against Franklin. The commentary emphasizes that the arrest and allegations should not overshadow his legitimate precaution, showing that protecting a fighter's health is paramount in professional boxing.
Sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specified. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not.
Spencer Oliver highlights the harsh realities of professional boxing, defending Moses Itauma's choice to withdraw from the fight against Jermaine Franklin. Decisions about competing are dictated by medical assessments, not external pressures or allegations. In a sport where injuries are common and risks are high, Moses acted responsibly, prioritizing his long-term career over immediate obligations.
But he will have seen the doctor, and the doctor will make that decision on whether he should fight or whether he shouldn't fight. I mean, listen, this is the hurt business. You can only go in.
Jermaine Franklin's decision to pursue legal action against Moses Itauma has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. While Franklin alleges wrongdoing, it's clear Moses' withdrawal was a professional decision, possibly linked to an injury or precautionary measures. The commentary highlights the tension between fighter safety and contractual expectations, showing how quickly speculation can become public controversy. Despite rumors, Moses' priority is protecting his career and long-term health. Legal disputes like this underscore the fragile balance in boxing between competitive commitments and personal well-being, and how outside pressures can amplify misunderstandings in a high-stakes world of professional fighting.
Before anything official came with us being a part of it, but before that we just heard like some speculations.
Frank Warren expresses frustration at the escalation of the Moses Itauma situation. While Franklin's allegations and the arrest made headlines, Warren emphasizes that boxing outcomes and disputes should be grounded in fact, not sensationalism. Moses acted professionally by withdrawing, and this commentary underscores the absurdity of inflating allegations into a public spectacle, reflecting the chaotic nature of media and legal attention in boxing.
Total unbelievable crap. And why this moron has brought this up, I do not know. I don't know where he's going with it. You know, he got beat fair and square. Fraser acknowledged that. And that's the end.
Eddie Hearn frames Moses Itauma's legal and fight-related challenges as complex and difficult. He acknowledges that while public speculation runs high, the situation involves personal decisions, injuries, and professional responsibilities that outsiders may not fully understand. Hearn's insight reminds viewers that behind every headline, fighters face tough circumstances that require careful judgment and resilience.
See what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Simon Jordan highlights the broader impact of Moses Itauma's pullout and subsequent legal issues. Preparing for a fight requires intense commitment, and Moses' decision, while disappointing for fans, prioritizes his future and health. The commentary defends Moses, reminding audiences that setbacks, legal disputes, or public scrutiny are part of the sport, but do not define a young fighter's potential or career trajectory.
Risk, they'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing because obviously we want to see Moses move on. Time waits for no man. He's young, but there's a world in front.
Eddie Hearn provides a measured take on the fallout from Moses Itauma's pullout and the ensuing legal action from Jermaine Franklin. He frames the situation as complex, emphasizing that this is not a simple case of a fighter avoiding a fight, but rather a difficult scenario involving real-world pressures, preparation, and contractual obligations. Hearn's commentary highlights the unseen challenges fighters face, balancing health, career trajectory, and the expectations of promoters, fans, and the media. By focusing on Moses' perspective, Hearn reinforces that withdrawing was likely a decision made with long-term well-being in mind, rather than defiance or negligence. This approach humanizes Moses while acknowledging the legal and professional tensions that now complicate what should have been a straightforward matchup.
See what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Hearn expands on the tension surrounding Moses Itauma's withdrawal, suggesting that Franklin's legal action might be perceived as calculated or premeditated. While acknowledging the frustration from fans and promoters, Hearn emphasizes that the reality of fighter injuries and preparation is often misunderstood. In this context, Moses' decision to pull out becomes a protective measure rather than a provocative act. Hearn's commentary blends critique and defense, framing the situation as a complex mix of professional, legal, and personal considerations. By portraying Moses as a young fighter navigating a challenging environment, the discussion highlights the pressure on athletes to perform while safeguarding their health, showing that what appears as confrontation in the public can often be a strategic, necessary choice behind the scenes.
It is, what was it, about an hour ago, so I guess everything's calmed down a little bit. I thought it was a bitch move, if I'm honest, because anytime an attack like that is like premeditated.
Johnny Nelson calls for a formal inquiry into Moses Itauma's sudden withdrawal and the legal action from Jermaine Franklin, highlighting the seriousness of the situation. Nelson frames the unfolding events as unprecedented, noting that the news broke rapidly and has sparked widespread attention. His commentary stresses that transparency is critical in resolving disputes in professional boxing, particularly when allegations and arrests are involved. By advocating for an investigation, Nelson underscores the importance of clarity for fans, fighters, and promoters alike. While Moses' withdrawal may have been a protective measure, the legal implications cannot be ignored, and Nelson's perspective bridges the gap between professional accountability and fighter welfare, illustrating the complex intersection of law, sport, and public perception.
Unfortunately, there is going to be there needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place.
Adam Smith praises Moses Itauma's skill set, noting his athleticism, southpaw stance, and natural talent that make him a formidable opponent in the ring. Despite the controversy surrounding his withdrawal and the arrest, Smith frames Moses as a rising star whose potential remains intact. The commentary balances admiration for Moses' abilities with professional insight, questioning whether his recent challenges could affect his career trajectory. By highlighting his strength of mind and physical capabilities, Smith underscores that setbacks like legal disputes, public scrutiny, or fight cancellations do not diminish talent or potential. This storytelling approach maintains audience engagement, celebrates Moses' skill, and subtly defends his actions, emphasizing that a fighter's future depends on strategic decisions and personal well-being, not momentary controversy.
Block Moses Itauma, who looks absolutely extraordinary, and for me he ticks all the boxes. I like his attitude, I like his style, southpaw, hard-hitting, moves so well. He's going to be very, very difficult to sort of deter. So it's an interesting one because, yeah, is this too soon for Moses, or is this just the right fight at the right time?
Andy Lee emphasizes the inherent risks of professional boxing, noting that injuries are a natural part of preparation and competition. In the context of Moses Itauma's withdrawal and the legal dispute with Jermaine Franklin, this perspective provides crucial context. Lee implies that Moses' decision to pull out may have been medically justified, protecting him from further injury and preserving his long-term career prospects. The commentary frames the situation as a complex intersection of health, legal obligations, and public expectation. By understanding that fighters operate in a high-risk environment, audiences can view Moses' actions as responsible rather than provocative. Lee's insight reinforces that career preservation and fighter safety often outweigh immediate contractual or competitive pressures.
You're likely to pick up injuries, and I wouldn't be surprised if both of these guys are going in there with some sort of...
Adam Smith acknowledges Moses' status as a favored fighter while highlighting the unpredictability of boxing. Despite public expectation, Moses' withdrawal demonstrates that even top contenders must prioritize health and professional judgment. The commentary balances disappointment with understanding, showing that fighter decisions are guided by safety, strategy, and long-term career considerations.
Doing things we don't expect him to do, right? Okay, he was favored to win. Most of us thought he'd find a way.
The fallout from Moses Itauma's pullout and the police investigation has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. What began as a cancelled fight has now escalated into legal battles, public scrutiny, and heated debates among fans and analysts alike. While Jermaine Franklin has taken legal action, allegations of wrongdoing are still being investigated, and the truth behind the cancellation is slowly coming to light. Moses' decision to withdraw, whether injury-related or precautionary, highlights the intense pressures fighters face behind the scenes. Training camps, physical risk, and the weight of expectations from promoters, fans, and media. Now the question is, can Moses recover from this controversy and return stronger? And how will Franklin respond to the lawsuit and missed opportunity? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below. Who do you side with, Moses or Franklin? And what do you think happens next in this saga?